The vast estate of Yasnaya Polyana stretched far across the Russian countryside, its rolling fields kissed by morning mist. The year was 1828, and the Tolstoy family, an aristocratic household of wealth and influence, celebrated the birth of their fourth child, Lev Nikolayevich Tolstoy. The Tolstoys were a family of power and legacy. Leo's father, Count Nikolai Ilyich Tolstoy, had served in the military, earning respect for his role in the Napoleonic Wars. His mother, Princess Maria Volkonskaya, was known for her intelligence and warmth. Together, they provided their children with a life of comfort, but fate had other plans. When Leo was just 2 years old, his mother passed away. Her absence left a void in the young boy's heart. 5 years later, tragedy struck again. His father died suddenly, leaving Leo and his siblings orphans. Relatives took the children in, shuttling them between homes. Though cared for, Leo carried a sense of loss that would haunt him throughout his life. Despite the sorrow, young Tolstoy developed a deep love for stories. He spent hours reading Russian folk tales and classic literature. The sprawling forests and quiet countryside of Yasnaya Polyana became his sanctuary, a place where his imagination could wander. At the age of 16, Tolstoy enrolled at Kazan University. His family hoped he would follow a path in law or diplomacy, but Leo struggled with formal education. He found the rigid structure stifling and turned instead to philosophy and literature. Though intelligent, Tolstoy's mind often drifted elsewhere. He wrestled with self-doubt, questioning his purpose in life. He wrote in his journal, "I have not yet met a single man who is morally as good as I am." Yet alongside this pride ran an intense insecurity. His struggles with gambling, drinking, and romantic pursuits often distracted him. In 1847, Tolstoy abandoned his studies and returned to Yasnaya Polyana, feeling adrift. Life at Yasnaya Polyana offered Tolstoy little peace. He attempted to manage the family estate, but his reckless habits persisted. Nights of heavy drinking and gambling left him in financial trouble. Seeking purpose, Tolstoy turned to writing. His earliest attempts were deeply personal, filled with reflections on his childhood, family losses, and moral struggles. These ideas would later shape some of his greatest works. By 1851, feeling directionless, Tolstoy joined his brother in the Caucasus and enlisted in the Russian army. He believed military service might bring him discipline, but instead, it exposed him to violence, suffering, and death. War proved to be a turning point for Tolstoy. Witnessing death on the battlefield shook him deeply. He saw soldiers die with regret in their eyes, their lives unfinished. These experiences inspired his earliest published works. Childhood, 1852, a tender reflection on innocence and family. Boyhood, 1854, and Youth, 1857, exploring adolescence and self-discovery. Tolstoy's raw, introspective style resonated with readers. He captured human emotions with rare authenticity, earning a reputation as a rising literary talent. After leaving the army, Tolstoy traveled across Europe. Immersing himself in Western culture, he visited schools, attended salons, and engaged with intellectual circles. He met influential thinkers like Victor Hugo and Charles Dickens, who inspired his social consciousness. During his travels, Tolstoy was appalled by the poverty and inequality he witnessed. His belief in social justice deepened, setting the stage for his future activism. In 1862, Tolstoy married Sophia Bears, a young woman from a respected Moscow family. Their early years were joyful. Sophia managed Tolstoy's manuscripts, often copying his dense pages by hand. Together, they had 13 children, creating a bustling household at Yasnaya Polyana. But Tolstoy's mind rarely found rest. He grew obsessed with philosophical questions, the meaning of life, the existence of God, and humanity's moral failings. These themes consumed him as he began writing his greatest work. By the mid-1860s, Tolstoy poured his energy into an epic novel unlike anything before, War and Peace, 1869, blending historical events with fictional lives. The novel followed the fortunes of Russian aristocrats during Napoleon's invasion. Tolstoy explored themes of fate, love, and war, weaving complex characters like Pierre Bezukhov and Natasha Rostov. His attention to detail was extraordinary. He meticulously studied military records to depict battles with haunting accuracy. War and Peace became a masterpiece, hailed worldwide for its depth and realism. In 1877, Tolstoy released Anna Karenina, a tragic tale of love and betrayal. The novel's exploration of passion, duty, and societal judgment struck a powerful chord with readers. Yet as his fame soared, Tolstoy's inner turmoil worsened. He questioned the very wealth and privilege his success had brought. By the 1880s, Tolstoy faced a deep spiritual crisis. He felt disconnected from his family, troubled by the suffering he saw among Russia's poor. Seeking answers, Tolstoy renounced material wealth and adopted a simple life. He embraced vegetarianism, manual labor, and humble clothing. His ideas clashed with the Russian Orthodox Church, and in 1901, Tolstoy was excommunicated for his radical beliefs. In his final years, Tolstoy's relationship with Sophia became strained. His desire to give away their fortune created tension, leaving their marriage fractured. In 1910, at the age of 82, Tolstoy fled Yasnaya Polyana, seeking peace and solitude. However, his frail body could not endure the harsh journey. He fell ill at the remote Astapovo railway station and died on November 20, 1910. Tolstoy's works remain timeless. His exploration of love, death, and purpose continues to inspire readers worldwide. His philosophy of nonviolence influenced leaders like Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. Today, Yasnaya Polyana stands as a testament to his life, a place of reflection, simplicity, and enduring creativity. Leo Tolstoy's life was one of endless questioning, of society, faith, and himself. His relentless pursuit of truth made him not just a literary giant, but a guiding voice for generations seeking meaning in an uncertain world. His words echo still. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity.